Good morning. It is it is Monday, my Thursday, and also my court date. So got a little butterflies going on in my stomach. But other than that, going to knock down another 12 hours. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to pack. At least try to. Tomorrow I'm going to do a half a day. I found a nurse that would work a half a day for me. So tomorrow I'm just going to do a half a day. So hopefully I can get all my packing done tonight. And then see where life takes me. I have no idea where I'm going because it all depends upon what happens today. But you guys, just reflecting on another year and how I have been wanting to move from McKinney, Texas since 2018. And my heart was always in Phoenix. It still is in Phoenix. But I kept looking at houses out there and I was like, I can't afford these houses. And at the time I wasn't thinking apartment, like me, apartment, like, you know. But then fast forward to 2025 and I made the jump. I made the jump to leave McKinney and relocate. And it was interesting, for lack of better words. But I did it and I'm here. And it's not the best. It's not the best place. Like, I don't see myself living here forever, right? This is not the retirement spot for sure. If I'm ever able to retire. I mean, I don't know. In my head, I have this vision of me being a stay-at-home grandmama. You know, I babysit all the grandkids and stuff, you know. But nevertheless, this location is most definitely not the retirement place or the settle down place. In my head, you know, we don't know what Jesus got in store for me, but in my little head is a no. Nevertheless, I'm grateful that I made the move. I had been in McKinney for 20 years. I think that's the longest I ever sat down, you know. So making this jump and doing it by myself was huge. The last time I did something huge like this by myself was when I went into the military. So ever since then, it's been making move with kids or making move with a spouse. This has been the first time I've ever just, bam, did something for Sandra by herself. So sort of kind of proud of myself. I pat myself on the shoulder. And I've had a couple of hiccups along the way. You know, those that know me know. But if I look at the big picture, my positives outweigh my negatives. So I should not complain, right? But yeah, don't really have a lot to say this morning, but I thought I'm sitting here getting ready to do questions. I guess doing questions is a part of studying. And I thought, let me do a quick video, you know? So just wanted to get up and say happy Monday to everybody and maybe just encourage you to do some reflection. This year went by fast. I've been here 6 months already, you know? I think I got another, I think I probably will be here until September. I think that's when I can leave. Anyway, so yeah, I was dreading it at first, you know, like, oh my God, it's gonna be 18 months and blah blah blah. But Sister Luke was like, Sister said that time gonna go by. And I must admit these 6 months have come rolling. So I'm grateful. And I've learned a lot in these 6 months. I've made some changes in my life in these 6 months, you know? And so it's all worked out for my good. You know, even the moments that were trying and difficult, the emotional, you know, up and down. It's life, I guess, you know? But I thank God that, I think when I first moved down here, I was worried about not being able to see my grandbabies, you know? But now that I can see my grandbabies pretty much anytime I want to, Like, it doesn't get any better than that, you know? I guess hitting the $1 billion jackpot, right, would be good. And then I can just shower them with everything. But outside of that, I can't see anything else that matters right now. I have been really doing some research on Deucey Doo getting a horse, right? And I've even realized that I can afford the horse. I can afford the veterinarian fees, which are expensive. Only thing is, I don't know where to house it. So I got to look into places where we can house it and see how much that costs. That's the thing. KP and them probably need to move out to the country, buy some land, and I ain't gonna say put a trailer home, but build. Take your time and just build. That'd be really nice. And then you can buy them chickens, you can buy cows, and then they can have cattle, and they can learn how to farm and learn how to produce, I don't know, eggs and meat and sell it, I guess. I don't know what people do when they live on a farm. I mean, I remember as a kid going to Beloit, Wisconsin with my grandmother, and she had a farm, and we would go up there a couple times a month on the weekends, and we would pick her peas and her greens and her tomatoes and all different type of vegetables and stuff. And then we would come home and sit in the kitchen and we would clean them and snap the peas and rinse everything off. And then she would put them in these Ziploc bags, I guess. And then I would take them downstairs and put them in the deep freezer. That's all I remember. And I remember going fishing with my granddad, and he would catch fish, and Mom would bring those fishes back to the house and clean them. And I know every Friday she cooked fish and spaghetti. So, yeah, that's all I know about about farming. But I remember my dad wanted me to, I think he wanted a little boy. And I remember him trying to teach me how to ride a horse. But when he put me on the horse, I would have my legs stretched out because I didn't want my legs touching the horse body, So I was really, really afraid. But I don't know, Deucey Doo may be okay. He's afraid of certain things, but I think he's coming out. I think he's coming out and wanting to try different things. So he's most definitely a little boy, that's for sure. He still don't like all the characters yet, but he's sort of kind of rough, so he'll be okay. He'll be okay, I think. But anyway, you guys, if you're heading out to work, it's supposed to be cold here, so I'm gonna put my head on today when I ride my bike. I hadn't put anything on my head all week, this little bald head, So today I'm gonna put something on it, but my prayer today is that you guys have a beautiful Monday. Love on your people. Be thankful for what you have and where you are. Because you know what, to be honest with you, you're right where you're supposed to be. We're not supposed to be looking backwards. What coulda, woulda, shoulda. And to be honest with you, we're not supposed to look ahead neither, because the Word of God said, take no thought for tomorrow. So you're right where you're supposed to be. You just make some tiny little adjustments, minute by minute, hour by hour, and guess what? You'll get there. So I'm going to go because I want to get about 45 minutes in before I head to the plantation. Okay? Be encouraged.